You know the story. You have heard it 1,000 times. Before Lionel Messi, the MLS was a joke. It was called a retirement league, a farm league, a place where European stars went to collect one last fat paycheck, play at 50% speed, and ride off into the sunset. American soccer was irrelevant. Nobody watched. Nobody cared. And then the miracle happened. Lionel Messi, the GOAT, the greatest human to ever touch a soccer ball, landed in South Beach. Overnight, the world changed. Suddenly, Kim Kardashian is in the stands. LeBron James is taking photos. He is selling out stadiums in minutes. He is breaking viewership records on Apple TV. Every kid in America, from New York to Los Angeles, is wearing a pink jersey. The headlines screamed it. The Messi Effect. Messi saved U.S. soccer. One man bought an entire league. But is that the real story? Or is that just a convenient fairy tale we all wanted to believe? Today we are pulling back the curtain. We are going to ask the uncomfortable question. Did Lionel Messi really buy American soccer? Or did he just walk into a house that was already built of gold? This isn't about disrespecting the legend. This is about the unspoken truth. Let's talk dollars and cents. Real, American, money. Because before Messi even dreamed of wearing pink, billions of dollars were already being poured into American soccer. People forget that the MLS was arguably the fastest-growing league in the world before 2023. In just one decade, they went from 19 teams to 29. And these new owners weren't paying pennies. San Diego FC reportedly paid a $500 million franchise fee just to get in the door. That is $500 million for a team that didn't even have a roster yet. Does that sound like a dying league to you? And look at the media rights. In 2022, a full year before Messi arrived, Apple TV signed a historic 10-year, $2.5 billion global partnership with the league. That deal wasn't signed for Messi. He was still at PSG. That deal was signed because Apple, the biggest company on earth, saw the data. They saw the young demographics. They saw the new soccer-specific stadiums popping up in Austin, Nashville, St. Louis. And then there is the elephant in the room, the event that changes everything. The 2026 World Cup. Most people think the World Cup hype started recently, but the reality, the United States, Canada, and Mexico won the bid to host the tournament way back on June 13th, 2018. That is 5 full years before Lionel Messi ever touched down in Miami. 5 years of planning, 5 years of construction. We aren't just talking about stadiums. We are talking about nation-building levels of investment. New Jersey alone launched a $3.5 billion upgrade to Newark Airport just to handle the fans. FIFA is projecting $11 billion in revenue for this cycle. This wasn't a gamble. This was a guarantee. Major companies, advertisers, brands like Adidas, they were all making 10-year plans for soccer in America long before Messi signed his contract. They knew the eyeballs were coming. They knew the money was coming. So, when Messi was looking for his next move, the timing wasn't just lucky for the MLS. It was a perfectly executed trap. The league knew the World Cup was coming. They knew they had the biggest stage on Earth in 2026. But they needed a main character. They didn't sign Messi to save them. They signed him to be the face of the party they had already paid for. Messi didn't just stumble into a growing market. The market was strategically built to explode, and he was carefully placed right in the epicenter. Now, let's be fair. While the business was already booming, Lionel Messi did something that no amount of money could buy. He changed the culture. Before Messi, celebrities went to LA Lakers games. They went to the Super Bowl. But suddenly, you have Kim Kardashian, LeBron James, Serena Williams, and Will Smith sweating in the stands at a soccer game in Fort Lauderdale. He didn't just sell tickets. He made Major League Soccer cool. Look at the digital impact. Overnight, Inter Miami's Instagram following exploded. They gained over 7 million followers in 2 weeks. They literally overtook historic NFL and MLB franchises that have been around for 100 years. That isn't just sports. That is a cultural takeover. Think about the Miami Heat in 2010. When LeBron James took his talents to South Beach, he didn't invent basketball, but he made Miami the center of the sporting universe. That is exactly what Messi did. He didn't build the house was already there, but he renovated it. He put a massive neon sign on the roof. He turned a growing league into a global phenomenon. He raised the ceiling of what American soccer could achieve. He proved that the U.S. audience wasn't anti-soccer. They were just waiting for a star big enough to care about. So, no, he didn't build the foundation, but without him, the house would have stayed dark. Messi turned the lights on. So, what is the unspoken truth? It is this: Lionel Messi didn't buy the MLS. The MLS bought the opportunity to have Lionel Messi. Think about the business strategy. The league spent 20 years grinding. They built the stadiums. They secured the broadcasting deals. They won the World Cup bid. They laid the concrete foundation so that one day a superstar could land on it without sinking. It wasn't charity. It was a calculated business masterclass. They knew they had the product. They just needed the marketing. And in 2023, they pushed their chips all in. They used their leverage. They used the Apple partnership, and they acquired the most valuable asset in the history of sports. Messi didn't save a dying patient. He injected rocket fuel into a machine that was already built for speed. He was the catalyst, the amplifier, a once-in-a-lifetime alignment of perfect timing and star power. So, when you see those packed stadiums this weekend, when you see the millions of dollars flowing in, ask yourself this: is it all because of one man? Or is this what happens when a sleeping giant finally wakes up? I want to know what you think. Did Messi save the league? Or was the league simply ready for him? Drop your take in the comments below. I read every single one, and if you want more deep dives into the business of American soccer, hit that like button and subscribe. Peace.